Hi, James here, and welcome to another edition of Shelter, Food, and Beer. I'm going to be using all these ingredients here to make a little dinner for me, myself, and I. The secret ingredient is mac and cheese. What I'm planning on doing is using a regular box of mac and cheese and giving it an upgrade. So what I have here is a small lobster, some green onions, some smoked garlic, a red onion, some tomatoes, smoked cheddar cheese, butter, white pepper, capers, basil, paprika, salt, honey ginger balsamic, some brandy, some sherry. I'm taking the diced tomatoes and the red onion and put them in this little bowl. I will add capers to it, and then I'll just add my honey ginger balsamic onto it as a dressing, adding a little pepper. I'll put it in the refrigerator, let it chill, and start cooking the rest of the stuff. I always put a pinch of salt into my boiling water for the pasta. Give it a stir. When it first goes in, it cools down the water and it'll rest on the bottom, so just give it a little stir. I'm just going to be dicing up this lobster, but since I have your attention here, let me show you how they open up a lobster. If you were to, say, cook it in an oven the traditional way, you stick the knife in and you just bring it down lightly, not going too far through the shell, but penetrate the shell. You open it up like this, get your thumb underneath there, and slowly work the lobster out to the tail, pulling as much of it out without releasing it from the tail. Then you lay it back over the top and you cook it in the oven like that. That's how you traditionally cook a lobster. I'm not going to be using the shell, so I'll pull it the rest of the way out and just dice it up. I don't know if I mentioned it yet or not, but I'm making lobster macaroni and cheese using your standard macaroni and cheese out of the box. To start off, I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of butter to work on my saute. I'll grate some additional cheese. Okay, I got my butter melted down, nice and hot. I'm going to add my onions and garlic. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I don't want to cook it really hot. I'm just kind of sweating them down. It's not very much here. Cooked about a minute or less. I'm going to add the lobster now. Pinch or so of white pepper. Paprika, and of course salt. At this point, I'm just going to go ahead and add some brandy. And I want to cook that brandy in this pan for about a minute. After about a minute of cooking that, I'll add the sherry. And I'm going to let that cook for 2 to 3 minutes. The pasta's looking like it's getting a little done. Pull that out. Soft, adds a little bit of bite to it. That's perfect. Go strain this in the sink. Pan is already hot, so I'm going to add my other 3 tablespoons of butter right into that hot pot. And as soon as this melts down, I'll come over with the strained noodles, put them back in. Put my noodles in. The only thing in here is the noodles and the butter. Of course, I want to give that a touch of salt. Add my cheese. It's good. Now I have to add my milk. Quarter cup of milk. Add my lobster. It's all its lovely flavors. I'm going to add a little basil in there. And the smoked cheddar. So there you have it. Lobster, macaroni, and cheese. Simple and easy. You would think I would be done, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a casserole dish. Spray it with a little of this. And put the macaroni and cheese into the casserole. Finish it off with yet more cheddar cheese. This is a smoked cheddar cheese. I'll hit it with some breadcrumbs. We'll stick it in the oven at 375 for 30-40 minutes. So here it is, my lobster macaroni and cheese casserole. Fresh out of the oven. Lonely guy dinner. I'll admit, I was tired tonight and I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull this off. But macaroni and cheese is simple. I just added a few extra special ingredients and made this dish off the hook. Thanks for watching Shelter Food and Beer. Oh, I should try the salad. Simple and delicious.